Bentley Bentayga, the dash on wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but the act no good. Send the same money to Sudan, I could probably see the hood for a year or two.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On second down now, Staton, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD.
Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first down carry by Elliott. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted.
And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 37. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That was the safety, Marcus May, who got the sack there.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Now it's Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On second down, Elliott fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a real priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Able to find Lazard. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Stafford down to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford, man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now Elliott. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They'll try again with Elliott. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Ezekiel Elliott from 6 yards away. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Lutz with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 2nd down, Staten. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Staten, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Right back to him on 1st down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Past the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
Well, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st down, Staton. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Staton, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll look to throw.
That's complete, left side to Bateman.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. On first down, it's Stafford. He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Taken down at the 42.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A lot of ground left to make up. Obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field? But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Got a man. That's Lazard. Touchdown. Alan Lazard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Staton.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
And a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
They'll run on 1st down. Staton. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
That boy won Monty.
I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better.
Yeah.
I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up.
He definitely won't yell. Yeah, when Luka, he gonna go.
Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see.
If that's who you want them. That's decent because Paulo, what did he ain't really, he ain't go up, but he just nice.
They'll keep it on the ground. Staton and a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A yard in the wrong
This boy Sarquith for real, they crazy.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, Charlie beat him.
The football here as we get you reset. Now play number 8 on this drive.
I thought you did it, yeah. I don't know, shit. He looking for Bo. I don't know. If he trying to get Yao and Bo, he crazy.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well.
What a waste of time.
Right around the 15. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Okay, they call me Cunningham. They
32-yard attempt.
Mm-mm.
Is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Yeah, he like 6'6", 6'4". Decent.
You can't blame him one bit. It hasn't been the best performance.
He's 6'8". Why is all these niggas 6'8"?
And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Yes. Yeah, he's thick. Everybody can't be 6'8", G. That's just, that's crazy. Yeah, he's 6'6", point guard. He got, oh.
Always got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Hey, did this nigga who picked Scottie Pippen? Did Sarr pick Scottie Pippen?
Down inside the 40.
I think so.
It really opens up your options.
Yeah.
You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
You want to make a trade for Ball? That's all he said. Hey, I'm crying. That boy took Scotty P. I'm about to get on there. Make my nigga.
So not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?
Pippen. Hold on, what did he say? This car didn't go.
Everything clicking for them in this contest. The kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
Oh, he took too long to respond.
So for the Bengals, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2.
Yeah, that was 8-17, 8-20. I guess.
And a date with the Vikings.
1 minute.